Alright, so today we're going to be talking about one of the most fun aspects of Raid, and that is the Doom Tower. And most specifically, how you can progress through this if you're a free-to-play player, because while it seems super easy at the start, it gets really hard eventually. And I want to give you a few quick pointers so you can already kind of prepare for this, so you don't stall for quite a long time like I did. I've stalled at like one level of Doom Tower for like a month. Now, before we get into it, if you guys recently started playing, or if you haven't even started playing yet, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen and you will get an awesome head start. You will get Zargala, which is a really good epic immediately after you complete tutorial. You will get Ugo at level 15, you will get a whole bunch of things in between, and also most importantly, you can use the new code called Supreme 6. So Supreme 6, which is for Supreme Gallic, which is only available for March, and also you got the Monkey King, which you can always use to get Sun Wukong, and additionally, you can join my clan, the Arena Syndicate. We're really pushing hard, we're starting to develop really well. So, yeah, this, and plus the clan can also help you with the Doom Tower. So today I want to cover a few quick tips for Doom Tower and what you can really do. Now, as you may know, you got hard and you got normal. It just reset, I believe, today. So, yeah, as far as I managed to get, I've almost finished the entire thing. I had a few periods, like when I first started the Doom Tower, I just put my AoE team, my PvE team, and I just blasted through this like every single day, just autoplay, and just completed everything. And then, you know, initial bosses were super easy, like you could just nuke them, essentially. But eventually, you get a few bosses that are very, very tricky, and then you get stuck, and you try this and try that. I think there was a one boss, I believe it was the Scarab King, where I think I might have tried it like 100 times or more. I know it was super annoying. I think I must have spent like 6-7 hours trying to figure it out, and it also took like weeks to be able to get a few champions. So, the most important thing I want to say for Doom Tower right now is that you guys are going to need specialized champions. There is no way around this. You will eventually need specialized champions in order to be able to go through the Doom Tower. Initially, you might be able to push with your main ones, for example, the ones that I got. But eventually, like, this is my current team that I just push. This is if this is more of like a slow but survival team because I got 2 resurrections here. But yeah, this can just blast through everything, and sometimes I use Kale instead because he has good AoE. So you can use this, you can push this, but when you get to the tactics part, it's going to get annoying. And you might be surprised that some of these waves eventually are also going to counter your autoplay teams. So this is also going to be a significant problem because sometimes they can block your resurrection, so they kill your champion, they block your resurrection, and it just constantly wipes out your team. So I just want to say, like, if you guys are a free-to-play player, yeah, you're gonna have to strategize a bit more. If you're spending money, you might be able to get a few champions, which are really good. So today I want to talk, first off, you all know this, I'm not gonna go for a while to talk about Kale here, you all know this, but Kale is an excellent champion. I think I managed to get to like level 80 or something with just Kale as one of my main AoE champions. He's not exactly amazing for bosses, but he has good AoE, he's a good solo farmer, so it also, you know, spreads to the Doom Tower. Now, other than this, there are a few other champions that are more general use, but very useful. So, Kale, there's also Apothecary. Apothecary is very good. Now, he doesn't really do any damage, any significant damage, and I haven't even, as you can see, I haven't even fully built him yet. I don't think I even completed the masteries, but I managed to defeat some pretty hard bosses with this guy because he has a crazy heal, he can synchronize well, he's super easy to book because he's a rare. So if you get this guy, don't sacrifice him. I sacrificed 2 of these guys before I managed to get him, so I really pushed to level him up. I even managed to awaken him. So if you guys are looking for a good team, get Kale, get the Apothecary, and also get Cold Heart. Cold Heart is really not that hard to get. I think I've got at least like 3 or 4 over the past few months if you just open the blue shards. So you can get her. She's very, very good. She's an amazing counter for some bosses, and she can also be built to be specialized in a destroy set. So this is a really good boss champion. I still use her in Doom Tower. She can do a lot of damage. She's not exactly, well, she's good for waves. I mean, she has an AoE spell, but yeah, you're gonna have a really you can use her really well against bosses as well, because she has this crazy Heart Seeker, and most importantly, she's a rare champion, so you can very easily book her, and you can get the cooldowns. I believe there's like there's one cooldown here, so you can get this on 4 turns. Now, after this, I mean, as I say, if you guys use my code, you're gonna get Zergala, you're gonna get Supreme Galek, you're gonna get Ugo, so these are going to be very useful. Also, previous months there was Tagore you could get through my link, so this is also a useful champion for support. But eventually, you guys are gonna need specialized champions. That is the unfortunate part of Doom Tower. Like, when you progress, as I said, like when you start out and you progress, for example, like this Magma Dragon guy, I've managed to essentially just nuke him with pretty much every level 60 champion that I got, but then I got to like near the top of the tower, and this guy was hitting super hard. He was countering me. It took me like 15 turns. So the most important thing that, unlike general PvE against waves that you guys can do in campaign, you are going to need to understand the tactics for some of these guys. Like, it's not as simple as just putting the connect champions and nuke them, because there's serious counters here. Like, there's some champions that are amazing, and then some of these bosses just completely counter them. There's that, I can't remember the exact name, but there is that elf boss that essentially replicates your entire team, so you're fighting like a PvP battle, and you're also fighting the boss. And there's also some of these bosses that completely destroy you if you got buffs. There's bosses that got shields, so unless you got someone that can use a destroy set that can destroy shields, you're gonna have a very bad time. You're not gonna be able to do anything. So as you can see, I mean, it's pretty complicated. Take a little while with all these bosses to understand their tactics. Initially, you're gonna be able to burn through them, but after a while, like, it's not going to be easy. You can also watch some tutorials on Hellhades on how you can push through here, or just on YouTube. I might create some tutorials as well, but let me just show you real quick. I got a few specialized champions that I only use for Doom Tower. For example, the Army Girl. Like, this is one of the, I would say this is the S tier of the uncommon champions, and I've essentially just built this guy. As you can see, I built him ages ago, so this is only a 3-star here, but he's pretty garbage overall, like with the sets that I built, but he is essentially single-purpose guy to destroy that Scarab King that has that shield. So essentially, I've managed to just, you know, max out his abilities to get this. As you can see, he has an enemy max HP destroy. Now, in almost all cases, this is completely useless, but you got this Scarab Guy King that has this shield on him, so essentially, I just built this guy, specialized him in a destroy set to be able to just destroy the shield, and then I can just use my other champions to do this. I was also lucky enough with Tribune Heraclitus, so he also has this ability with that also does the max HP destroy. So this destroys the max HP, but it is not enough. It can help, but it doesn't really kill him. So I essentially just built this armor gear. He's mainly useless. He's not that powerful. I haven't built him yet. I don't think I even did many of the masteries yet. I've noticed that he's pretty useless in faction wars against waves, because who cares about max HP? But for this boss, I mean, if I put this guy, he essentially just wipes through him like nothing. So be prepared to get a few specialized. Like, this is the absolute most budget option out there, but this is a good one. Now, another option that you can use as well for the waves especially is the Soulbound Bowyer, which is pretty good. I mean, this is a rare, so you can very easily get her. I haven't built her fully. Ideally, you want to build her in a stun set, but I put her in a sleep set, which sometimes can be useful, sometimes not, but she has this A1 ability that just does, that attacks all enemies. So if you got good accuracy, and if you got a stun set, you're going to have a really good time here. Other than this, you can also use War Maiden. Unfortunately, I'm not really using War Maiden because I got better champions. I got her. I think I sacrificed her for that fusion for the main mission. But ideally, as I said, like, these are some budget options. You can check out budget options. It really depends on what champions you need. These are some general options. For example, Apothecary can also be very useful in Nether Spider as well, because he can heal your other supports and you can survive all the attacks. Now, if you guys get a bit more into it, ideally you want to get this guy, which is Geomancer, and this is like your one-way ticket. Like, this guy essentially counters pretty much Well, I would say most of the bosses. There are a few bosses that completely counter him, that are resistant to the HP burn and debuffs, and they remove debuffs from themselves. I believe that might even be the Magma Dragon or the Griffin. I'm not 100% certain, but this guy is amazing. Like, I was stuck on that Nether Spider for essentially a month. I had some options, but I almost managed to destroy them, and then gets to low HP, and then nothing happens. And then I got this guy. I still haven't booked him, but I have managed to fully finish his masteries. I managed to do everything, and this guy essentially just burns through the Nether Spider like nothing. Of course, if you got a decent team to support him for the revivals and to remove some of the debuffs, but if you get this guy, you are going to have a pretty good time. So the overall tips, I mean, I can't really cover everything because there's a different rotation essentially every month here. Currently, it is the Frost Spider. Also, yeah, quick tip, Frost Spider. I managed to get a Sekia Flame Tank, so she has an HP burn, which essentially just easily counters this guy. And yeah, there's a few other champions out there. I believe it might even be this guy, although I don't think he can cast HP burns himself, but he synergizes well with others. So just be prepared to essentially just, blast through everything easily with some basic champions like Kale and the Apothecary and the Cold Heart, but eventually you are going to need to understand the tactics. So always read the boss tactics, check out what is going on, make sure to get a few special champions. Ideally, some champions like Geomancer, Armiger, Vor Maiden, some can be very useful, even the Frozen Banshee. So be prepared to have specialized champions just for Doom Tower, just built, for example, with a Destroy set, or built to counter a certain boss. Like, check out some budget options out there. And also, because you're always gonna have like 10 keys a day, make sure to just complete everything as fast as you can. As soon as this starts, so it started today, make sure to finish everything as soon as you can blast through it, because you will get stuck, and it's completely reasonable that you can be stuck for a week or 2 or even 3. So be ready to essentially complete as much as you can to save some time, because after that you're not going to be able to finish the entire Doom Tower. Now, if you guys are new to the game, or if you recently started playing, check out my link in the description, or scan the QR code that is on the screen, and you will get, as I said, Zergala, which is also going to help you in Doom Tower. This is a pretty good champion with a pretty good AoE, so you'll get her as soon as you complete the tutorial. You're also going to get Uga at level 15. There is also currently a promo code called Supreme6, so you're going to get Supreme Galak, and all this is actually worth $60, so essentially it's like buying a pack immediately as soon as you start the game. And you can also go into the promo codes here, and you can type in Monkey King, so you can also get the Sun Wukong as well. Additionally, you guys can also join my clan, because we need some support as well, but we're also pushing through well. We won the last clan war, so it's all going well, but we still got a few more spots for a few more members. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.